and welcome to another smAshlight segment where we talk about absolutely anything under the sun, or the moon, or perhaps the cosmic ray flux. First, let's talk about China. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to talk about China. China. Have you learned how to say China? China. China. It's therapeutic, just like touching your face used to be. Top of your face only, as opposed to from deep within your bowels. You want to talk within only the top half of your face. China. Okay. China. By the way, thanks to our patrons, the real source of funding for the content. Please consider becoming a patron and increasing the probability that these videos will continue to be publicly visible and free. We're also on Subscribestar, so visit the links below the videos. We're also streaming live to Twitch. If you want to see these videos when they come out live, check out twitch.tv/smAshomash. And Smash Staff. Get us those links for those Amazon products. We need to start telling people what to buy and providing links. By the way, we're all over social media, including places like Twitter. If you haven't checked us out there, go follow us over on Twitter. There's exclusive content on all social media platforms to some extent. And please take a moment to press like and subscribe on YouTube. Press the notification bell. You may even actually see when we put up a video. You may not, who knows. Also, check out our playlists, as we have hundreds of videos sorted into playlists for your viewing pleasure. Thanks to our new subscribers over on BitChute as well, now nearing 200 subscribers over there, and we see hundreds more views on BitChute per day than we do on than on YouTube. Now let's take a look at some market data here on CNBC.com. Dow futures fixing to open about 244 points above yesterday's close. S&P set to open 22.75. So all major indices in the U.S. looking to open higher. And let's look at crypto. We'll take a look at BitChute. We'll take a look at Bitcoin on the Coinbase exchange. And there's the current state of affairs on Bitcoin, looking pretty flatlined over the past couple of months. Also, we'll look at Ethereum on the Coinbase exchange. Now, I use Coinbase, and there is a link below the video if you want to try out crypto investing. Use our Coinbase link, you'll get $10 of free Bitcoin just for signing up. So there's Ethereum, a similar chart to Bitcoin, no surprise there, for the second most popular and significant cryptocurrency. Let's take a look at some other stuff like some commodities, the real portion of the market. And there we see a bunch of bond selling in the longer term bonds. Oil's currently at $40, nearly $41 a barrel. Gold's at $18.17. And there you can see a 5-year high once again reached for gold there, having not seen levels even close to this since 2012. Next, silver. If the website would function, we would be much obliged. And I'm just going to scroll up here and attempt to find out where I just was. What in the heck? Here's the chart for silver, now up to nearly $20 an ounce. 1977. And here's the all data chart for that. By the way, it's been as high as nearly $50 an ounce. Nearly $40 an ounce, rather. And all right, I'm done with this website. It's making me angry. Let's talk about some cosmology stuff. The solar orbiter, the ESA's solar orbiter, has taken an image closer to the sun than any spacecraft in history. And they're going to do a press release. The joint ESA-NASA mission will be getting great images of the solar polar regions, the highest resolution images ever taken of the solar polar regions. We are very excited about that. And so today at 8 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, July 16th, the briefing will stream live to NASA's website. I assume it'll still be available on demand. It'll be interesting to see what they're going to release. Images of the sun, the closest ever taken, coming out tomorrow morning by ESA. Let's talk about the Orion A cloud. Should it be studied in more depth? Well, I certainly agree that it should be. Here we're looking at density as well as magnetic field, potential field force lines here, possibly giving us some insight into how and why stars are forming there. So some astronomers from Sweden and Germany have made some new measurements of the Orion A cloud, as there are 3,000 young objects in the cloud located at about 1,600 light years away from the Earth and about 300 light years in size. So perhaps have a read. That's on phys.org's Astronomy and Space section. Also, there's another article you may want to read in there about the dim point sources and the galactic center excess. What are we talking about? We're talking about the excess of gamma rays coming from the galactic center. And it's not really explained how those happen. So perhaps have a read on that article as well about the galactic center excess. Let's talk about plagues. Are you freaked out about the bubonic plague? Well, you shouldn't be if you're on top of your health. Now, if you're around mammals who have fleas, then you're more susceptible to the bubonic plague. Cats and dogs can catch it. And the mechanism by which humans get infected is horrifying, and I won't describe it so that nobody vomits while viewing our content. Anyway, a squirrel was discovered in Colorado, and there was some plague reports in from China also, and now people think that there's biological warfare going on, and it's really not all that dangerous to modern humans, folks, because you could take some of the oldest school antibiotics that there are, and it will take out the plague. Really what it comes down to is fleas. You can also get it from ingesting a rodent or a scratch or a bite. So keep your cats indoors, unless they're farm cats. And yeah, I wouldn't freak out about the plague. And let's talk about, oh my God, for you can. That is not scary. That's like the common cold. By the way, ups and downs in data may be caused with problems with diagnosis and reporting. Well, who could have guessed? Were you aware that there's a whole bunch of people that have zero symptoms? Were you aware that there's zero evidence of asymptomatic transfer? Were you aware that the media is utterly lying to you because there's a political agenda? Do you remember when Bill Maher stated that he hopes we have a recession or a depression so we can get rid of Trump? Well, guess what? COVID-19 is going to mysteriously vanish in 2021. Why? Because the reason it's so sensationalized is because of politics. End of story. Stop believing the lies. Here's an article about how no connection exists between number of tests and number of cases, according to these researchers. And that is possibly the dumbest idea I've ever heard in science. No connection exists between the number of tests and the number of cases. Dumbest quote from a science article I've read. What say you? Let's talk about confrontations over face masks and the psychology of why some people resist them. Now, USA Today probably doesn't have any idea about the psychology or science of anything. Here's a Karen in a store filming somebody who refuses to wear a mask.
So you're in a store complaining that people aren't wearing masks, correct?
And people are being complete COVIDiots. So in any case, if you're sick and you have to go into public, please wear a mask. And if you're Karening people who aren't sick, there is zero evidence of asymptomatic transfer of COVID-19. Just let that sink in. For months, the CDC did not recommend the public wear face masks, and then reversed its recommendation on April 3rd. Wow, is it possible that the government screwed up and choked twice? Yeah. No, just once. The only time it choked is when it reversed its recommendation and suggested an ineffective thing like wearing masks does anything besides protect sick people from infecting non-sick people. Research suggested face coverings could reduce the spread of droplets and the possibility of pre-symptomatic and asymptomatic transmission. Well, how many caveats can you get into one sentence, folks? Apparently 2. It could reduce the spread and the possibility of pre-symptomatic and asymptomatic transmission. What a crock. What a scam. What a fraud. So anyway, we're making Smasher Price My First Pandemic shirts. And I've ordered the prototype yesterday. So look for that coming soon. We should have it in about 2 weeks. And of course, we'll show you on the Daily Space Weather videos and the smAshlight sections all about the prototype shirts. So congratulations on surviving a global pandemic so far. By the way, your ancestors have survived much more serious crises, such as, World War II and, the Black Death and the Spanish flu pandemic of 1918 to 1919. So welcome to Smasher Price My First Pandemic. And don't forget to check out smashomash.org. And here ends today's smAshlight section. Thanks again for tuning in, folks. Let's continue on to look at some more